Articulatory phonetics is the study of various processes and mechanisms which are used in the production of speech. Articulatory phonetics is very important. There are various articulators which are studied within articulatory phonetics. All right. Articulators are basically the spaces, the places from where sound is produced. And specifically, articulators above larynx are very, very important for the description of speech sound in phonetics. Right. The production of speech sounds, when the air pressure is coming from the lungs, the pulmonary process which takes the air pressure through the windpipe, the trachea, and then it is exploited within the voice box, larynx. Then from larynx and above, there are the processes which are involved, and they are to be described for various speech sounds. These articulators above larynx are very, very important because they are very frequently used. We have so many of them, and we'll describe them today so that you can fully understand them and you can describe them. All right. Speech production is basically the muscle contracting. Muscles are contracted at various places, even within the diaphragm, to take the breath in and to create the energy which is required for the production of speech. We are actually using muscle contracting. Muscles are contracted. And then those muscles are also contracted within various other parts of the oral cavity. Right. Muscles in chest, which are used for breathing, that is the basic source of air pressure. And that air pressure is used in most of the languages of the world to produce speech. Right? Let me take you to the vocal tract, that how those articulators are used and what are their functions. So I'm taking you to this. Articulators which are above the larynx. We know that this larynx, which is the sound box, this is very, very important because it creates vibration. And this vibration is important for various processes, but two are highly important: to create voice sounds and then voiceless sound. This place, which is called glottis, this is the space between the two folds. Okay, so between these two folds, if it is open and the air passage is free, then the sounds are voiceless. But when it is tight and it is the vibrating, when the air pressure is coming out, then those sounds are supposed to be voice sound. Okay, so above this larynx, there are various articulators. This is called epiglottis, which is attached to the root of the tongue, right? And this is pharynx, also called pharyngeal wall. Pharyngeal wall, the size is, the normal size is 7 cm in ladies and 8 centimeter for males. All right, above it, this is, the corner is called uvula, and this is soft palate, okay? This area is called soft palate. This is very important because the velum plays an important role because it is raised, like right now it is raised. So the air is going through the oral cavity. But when it is down, when it would come down, then the air pressure would be converted to the nasal cavity and the sounds produced would be nasal sounds. Okay, then this is tongue. And remember that we need to fully describe tongue in detail. This is the tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue, which is the most active part of the articulators. This is called tip of the tongue. Then this 2, it is the blade of the tongue. And this 3, this is the front part of the tongue. The 4 is the center of the tongue. And then this 5 is basically the back part of the tongue. We need to describe these positions of tongue, various positions of tongue, not only for the description of vowels, but we also use them for the division of consonants. All right. So the soft palate, its role to convert the air pressure, and then there are sounds which are produced from this soft palate. Velar sounds, since this is velum, right? And the ejective is velar, so there are sounds which are also produced from here when the back of the back part of the tongue is touches soft palate. In sounds like k and g, in k, we are actually touching this soft palate, right? And this is hard palate. We can just touch it by our tongue. We can feel it, right? Hard palate. And the palatal sounds are produced from here, like ear sound is in yellow, right? And then this part is the alveolar ridge, just behind the upper teeth. This is called alveolar ridge, and the front part of the tongue, like blade or tip, can touch it for sounds like na, la, and ta and da, right? So these are used also very frequently. And then these are teeth, the upper teeth and the lower teeth. We use them in dental sounds and also for labiodental. In labiodental sound, the lower lip, it goes to touch the upper teeth, right? So f and v sounds are produced from here. And these are the lips, upper lips and lower lips. Okay, so they also come together. They're close together for sounds like bilabial sounds like p and m when they touch each other, and then the air pressure is blocked. Okay, so the air can go from larynx to the oral cavity, and then it can also go to the nasal cavity when the velar is down, right? And these are the articulators above larynx, which are very important. Most of the time they are very active, very mobile, and this was the simplified figure to let you understand, though this is showing the half of the head, right? Like cut into the half of the head, and it's the side view, right? This is used for simplified distribution and description of these articulators.